agentic billing, where the support team are having difficulty answering customer questions around why have I been charged X or Y or Z on my invoice. That billing support, ensuring that you're not swivel-chairing, going over different systems to figure out like how to answer a customer's question. We do a lot of self-serve for our customers, and we can go off and log in as Brad onto our experience site, and then we would see the experience that the customer has. So here are the orders that have been placed on behalf of the customer with some rates. Here are the invoices being generated for that customer. And then at this point, Brad's kind of asking the question, ooh, I don't understand this invoice 761. I'm going to look at the details. So it just gives me some code. It gives me the name of the product and then a number. So I don't understand, why have I been charged this? What does this mean? Brad's going to raise a case, or he calls into Quantec and he has a question. And the question is, on invoice number 761, why have I been charged? As in, what's the breakdown of these particular invoice lines? So internally, as a kind of billing support operative, I can have a look at this particular invoice. I've received the case from Brad's unhappy about something, or needs some explanation or some clarification. I can go ahead and click through each of these invoice lines and see, oh, it's got this number of API snapshots at this particular line item, and the quantity is 1 million. I can see transfers, I can see snapshots, I can see storage usage. So these are all consumption products that have come in on the back of an order that Brad's received in the past. And we've uploaded that usage into Agentforce Revenue Management, done the rating, and then the invoice has been generated. But he still has a question. How do we answer that question? As a billing support agent, I can literally go in and then pick up on my Invoice Explanation Agent. And the Invoice Explanation Agent can do a few things. So it can help me explain particular invoice lines. It can provide details for that invoice line, summarize invoice lines. So I'm interested on invoice 1761. Bring out that, explain the snapshot line. So here I'm leveraging Agentforce, the Invoice Explanation Agent. And you can see straight away I've gotten a breakdown. So this would have taken me a few clicks to get through this information. But now I know that the anchor product for this particular invoice line is the Quantum Pro all-inclusive usage product. My line specifically is snapshot, and it tells you how much quantity was used for a particular period. So 700 for this period. And there's an overage snapshot of 200, and the net unit rate is 10 cents. So therefore the overage amount is 20. That way the customer understands why they've been charged, because they had some grants within their initial usage. But at this point, they've gone over the grant of 500 that they received, and therefore they're being charged an extra 10 cents for every other snapshot they leverage over. If I was speaking to Brad over the phone, or if I was kind of talking to him on chat, I can pass this back on chat. If we were doing email, I can ask, because we're still in Agentforce, I can then ask for generate an email to the customer with these details. And you'd see a kind of just a sample email. I've had a look at the orders from a customer perspective. I've also stepped into this world of being able to use Agentforce to break down invoice lines. And it's now generated for me sample emails. Dear customer name, I hope this finds you well, writing to do XYZ. In terms of doing value add activity, I can then move on to the next customer quite quickly, instead of figuring out how to break down or look at that information. So it tells you why they're being charged specifically. So Agentforce knows, or the invoice agent knows, that the snapshots were at a kind of a grant level of 500 for free within the initial subscription. That gives you that information as well. And there you have it in terms of the breakdown. If we summarized everything we've had a look at today, we've seen a lens of the customer being able to view their invoices and view their information because they're all on one platform. And we've also seen an agent who's done the explanation of the invoice, supporting a billing support agent in serving a customer in the right way. Overall, you can see the kind of hand-to-hand, the same platform, same data, same lens. The agent has the concept of which customer it is, what grants they have, what permissions they have, what entitlements they get, what they've ordered, and you're able to serve your customer in a more connected, streamlined way. So you have that element of the connected customer where employees are more confident in serving the customers. Customers are happier dealing with your organization, and revenue, as they call it, is truly a team sport.